Hey guys, it's Sky from theScore Esports, and today I am with history teacher of NRG. Now, I want to ask a huge question about GBM.
Sure.
I know he chose Karma today. He's usually very popular with the poke, champs in LCK. Why did he go into that, and why now?
GBM's funny because he's actually pretty. When you're drafting with GBM, he's really flexible, so you can actually put him on a lot of different things, and he's willing to try it. So it's pretty funny to see like something that might start off as a slightly joking idea, and then we're like, all right, let's try it in scrims, and then you go from there, and you realize that hey, this is something that we can actually do. Like obviously we saw Zillion, which nobody was playing too much, and then now it's Karma, and I think nobody's picked it yet for a while. So he's the kind of person that you can try that, where he'll flex the ideas and then you can just be like, all right, try GBM, and he'll just kind of give that goofy face and say, okay, and he'll try it. And one of the things that we like about him.
Now, I want to get your personal perspective on the new patch. Are you happy with it? Is there anything that you're not actually, satisfied with?
It's not that I'm not satisfied. It's just interesting to see what people are going to be building around now, because the casters talk a lot about Kog'Maw, so I'm sure a lot of teams are like trying it out, and then versus, like how do you shut it down? And I don't know. I think it's just interesting because I want to see if teams are going to break out any picks that are unusual. Like some people might say that Karma is unusual, so I want to see if other teams are going to be doing other things, which isn't necessarily just this patch, but I don't know. I'm excited to see it.
I want to peer into your mind. What do you think about, Zz'Rot or Zz'Rot?
I think Zz'Rot's not only is it a hilarious item, but I actually think it's more versatile. Like I think people in the past 2 or 3 weeks have realized that it's actually a better item than most people gave credit for it initially. And I think that it's currently banned because of a bug, but LCS players can still use it. So I think that you'll probably end up seeing Zz'Rot on, I'd say like 1 or 2 champs where you might not expect it, especially tank champs. And you probably should see some pretty comical situations with it too.
I want to ask about your involvement in NRG. I know you're the general manager. What, between you and also Hermit, what do you guys contribute to the team?
Well, Hermit, he's with the team on a day-to-day basis all the time. And I'll try and watch some scrims, but I won't be able to watch all of them. Hermit tells me that, he's like, the less I have to worry about, the better. So if it's something like anybody wants, it just goes through me because it's much easier for him to just focus on having the team do well, and I just take care of everything else. So we make fun of each other a lot because we talk about how like we're dads together and how we have to like treat everything like that. And sometimes he takes care of stuff, and then sometimes he's like, Chad, I just need you to do this. And I'm just like, all right. So there's a lot of that going on, which is fun.
I know you work with a diverse team. You work with GBM, who's a Korean player from LCK, and you work with some of the NA players too. I guess how does it work? How is it working with those players? Is it kind of difficult now that GBM's in the picture?
It's not specifically. Sometimes sometimes if I need GBM to do something specifically and he's in a goofy mood, which can be a lot, I'll be like, GBM, I really need you to do this for me now, and he'll be like, okay. But we'll poke fun at each other and things like that. But it's more so just figuring out how to connect with each player because they are from very different backgrounds and very different areas. And like I can joke, some days Impact will be really serious, and then some days he'll like be serious and he'll give you a smile. And sometimes with like Moon and Altec and stuff, it's like a back and forth where some days like they catch you off guard and you catch them off guard. But as long as you can level with them and they do the same for you, it's usually not too bad.
I know you've been talking about GBM, kind of trolling you and like being silly around you. Has he ever done anything that ever pissed you off?
Not typically, because I can usually, when he's in an overly goofy mood, I can see it coming from like a mile away. So he'll try and give you, it's the same thing when I was teaching. They'll give you an excuse, or they'll give you they'll try and be like cutesy about it, and GBM will just be like, hey, Chad, or he'll do something silly and he'll just be like, happens, and I'll be like, no, it doesn't happen. But like I said, the vast majority of the time, they're awesome about it, and especially GBM too.
I know that you were actually very, very popular with dropping history facts. I want to end the interview and ask you if you could share with us a history fact.
Sure, I can do that. One of my favorite people in history is Teddy Roosevelt, and he was an American president, for those of you that might not know. But one of the things that I liked about him is that he was like a people person and a roughhouser and that kind of stuff, even when he was president. So one of the things that he did is that he boxed somebody when he was in the middle of a presidential term. And the guy actually hit him in the eye and broke a blood vessel, and then he couldn't box anymore because they were like, all right, we don't want you getting hurt. And he was like, not old, but he's like much older than the guy that he was boxing. So I thought that was pretty funny.
All right, thank you so much for the interview. Good luck tomorrow, and thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.